Good afternoon, everybody. Edward Leos here, your host of Travel Talk and publisher of the Hotel Guide. I'm really excited about today's guest because we're actually doing something completely different because normally our guests here with Travel Talk are basically everywhere else. But Jim Garrett is here in San Antonio as I am, and I actually get to house my office here at VentureX. So, Jim, great to have you on the podcast today. How are you doing?
Great, thank you. I've really been looking forward to being in here with you.
Now it's going to be fun. I think, we've had a lot to talk about with regards to travel, the options that you have to Adventure X. But why don't you give everybody a little bit of background on who you are? I know you got a very diverse background, but tell me some of the things that we can put on the air.
Okay. Well, I'll be very careful then. So I've had a really fortunate life. I've been able to do a wide variety of things. So I've done everything for. I lived in New York. I was a stockbroker for E.F. Hutton years and years and years ago. I did that for about a year, and then decided that I wanted to have more managerial experience, and the Navy came along and said, Jim, we'll let you have all the managerial experience you want, let you fly jets off of aircraft carriers. So
wow.
I was a naval aviator for a number of years. The jet that I flew did a lot of reconnaissance and surveillance work, so that sort of got me into the intelligence arena. So I was deputy director of a classified think tank for a number of years, and then from there went to another intelligence directorate and ran things. So I got to spend a lot of time in DC and visit, places like in Maryland with the NSA and the CIA and those guys. So did that for a number of years. Did IT consulting with the government for a number of years after that. So I still up in DC area. After that, left and moved down to Austin. And from there, I was partner in another IT firm. We grew that, got acquired. So I had an exit there. So left the IT field with non-competes and things, and had an advertising agency, grew that. We ended up selling that. I ended up starting a auto race sanctioning body. So we put on auto races all over North America. And in fact, we were the only ones that would take somebody from brand new to racing, teach them how to race, let them do a time trial, and then actually put them in wheel-to-wheel racing. And that led to a TV show, the Dodge Viper Cup, that we had for 3 years. So had the TV show, did that all over North America.
Wow.
And then we sold that business. And so I just raced myself professionally for a number of years, primarily with the American Le Mans Series and then with the International Motorsports Association, IMSA.
Wow.
So did prototype racing. And from there, I decided that I would start VentureX.
Wow. What a journey. And I've heard some of these stories before, but it's good to have it all on the video here. I love the background that you have. Obviously a serial entrepreneur, businesses in your blood. Tell me a little bit about VentureX. Obviously I know it because I work, I have my office here. But let's talk a little bit about VentureX. What got you into this? Why this is an important opportunity, not only for you, but for people in the future as well. Hey, we're live. It's all good.
Sorry, I didn't realize I managed to do that. So my apologies.
Not at all.
Everyone. So VentureX is actually the third largest co-working brand in the world. So there's Regus, and then there's WeWork, and then there's us. So we're the only ones that haven't been gone through bankruptcy. But so we have no plans to do that. So we're actually growing. The whole industry is growing. And I had wanted to find an industry that I could get in on the ground floor of. So it had been along for, it's been here for many, many years. But VentureX started, I guess, in 2016. From there, we've just grown exponentially. We've acquired a couple of other brands, Office Evolution and Intelligent Office, just this year. And so now we're the third largest, and we're probably set to double in size by the end of next year already.
Wow.
So we're in 8 countries, soon to be 22 countries all over the world. So it's it's one of those things where it's a $28 billion industry, and in 3 years, it's going to be a $48 billion industry. So we're sort of poised to be, part of that growth. And what we find is that the important thing is that there are a lot of businesses out there
Mhm.
that are now looking to have a different way to go to business. They want to be in the suburbs. They want to have the flexibility to grow their business or shrink their business
Mhm.
as they need. And flexible workspace or co-working gives them that opportunity.
Yeah. No, I think it's important. Those are some great benefits there. So if you talked about the multi countries that you're in. We're a travel magazine. We also have the relocation side of things. So, which is why we align. But for a traveler or for someone who's relocating to different cities, what are the benefits of looking into VentureX and being a part of the organization?
Well, that's one of the real great things that sort of separates us from
Mhm.
some of the other ones. Uh, we're the only ones that are locally owned, but still having international presence.
Yeah,
So when you come in, you're really important to me. We try to treat you with that local hospitality and
sure.
that type of thing. But at the same time, you still have the ability to, as you're doing your travels, whether it be with business, whether it be in pleasure, and hey, you want to drop in, to the office to work for a day and that type of thing, you can go to one of our uh, other facilities and have all the amenities that are there, whether it be going in and having the Wi-Fi, and can use
Mhm.
a desk, you can use a an office, you can use one of the conference rooms, all of those type of things at
Yeah.
member pricing and stuff. And of course, you can go in and utilize the facility just as you would be a member here.
That's
So,
perfect.
yeah.
That's one of the big things. I know you have the community memberships, so maybe we could touch on that a little bit. Community memberships and then offices, the differences there. But I know that conference rooms are also very important. A lot of people look for great quality conference rooms, meeting facilities. Touch on that a little bit as people are going. I mean, I've done coaching stuff for the hotel guide and personal stuff, and you look for options where you can have an event or have something, or even just a small group of training. Tell our guests a little bit about that.
Well, and that's really important. Let's say you're traveling someplace else and you want to be able to go in and have a conference
Mhm.
with people. I mean, that's where you're traveling to a particular city or that type of thing, or you're coming here. We have event space. We have multiple conference rooms. The the thing that you'll find is that we have a wide variety
Mhm.
of sizes for you, so we can accommodate anything from 3 or 4 people up to 25 or 30 people, and we
Wow.
have training rooms that can accommodate 50 and those type of things. So you find those different types of facilities with us all the way around. Um, we have a number of different options because people have different things that are important to them. Hence the
Correct.
whole idea of us being flexible workspace.
Sure.
So I think the basic thing is, we have a lot of people who are working from home today, um, and they don't want people to know, hey, I don't want somebody who's not happy with me to know where I live.
Yes.
It's probably not a good idea to have your home office broadcast on the
Everywhere.
World Wide Web.
Yeah.
So we have a virtual office for them. So we collect your mail for you and those type of things. It gives you a membership so that you can come in. You can come to our office one day a month out of that. But you can certainly then have member pricing when you want to. Hey, I need to come in and have a conference room, or I need a
Sure.
day office for the day and that type of thing. So you can utilize those type of facilities. The next thing we have is our actual community members,
Yeah.
and we have a couple different selections of those. But basically, that allows you to come in and work at any free office desk that's available, and you can work there for the day, all day. And we have those that even include covered garage parking and
Yeah.
those type of things. So and after hour support. So you can use those. The next step up would be a dedicated desk. So it's essentially a office without walls,
Mhm.
but this is your desk. This is your lockable
Your
filing
space.
cabinet. You
Yeah.
can put everything that you want out on your desk and leave it there. Nobody's going to bother it. The next step up would, of course, be a actual office, and we have a very unique styled building here. So I actually have more exterior offices with windows than I have interior offices.
Yep.
So that's kind of fun. I have 17 corner offices here.
Oh, wow. Yeah, and the views here is incredible. I mean, it's a cityscape for sure when you're looking out the windows here. So it's one of the benefits of being where we are here at VentureX Northwest, but also the location is just phenomenal.
Oh,
So let's
thank you.
switch.
That really that really played into the selection of this. So we have 18-mile unobstructed views.
Oh yeah. Well, it's
That's right.
perfect. And I can vouch for that too. So that's a good thing. So let's switch a little from the business side and let's talk a little bit about the personal side. Because
Sure.
when I'm a guest, I always like to talk about when we're about travel. But and I know you're a world traveler yourself. What are some of the places that you've loved to travel to so far in your life?
I've had so many wonderful places
Hmm.
that I've lived or I've gotten to travel to. Um, I've been to Monaco for the Grand Prix
Wow.
3 times. So Monte Carlo is lovely. It's crazy. It's completely over the top. Um, you see Bugattis driving around and people having multiple helicopters on their yacht out in the harbor. It's crazy.
Crazy. Wow.
It is crazy. But the food's really good. And if you don't stay actually in Monte Carlo, but you stay, on the French Riviera there,
Hmm.
just up from Cannes or something, you can like hop on the train for a couple bucks. That'll take you into Monte Carlo in 30 minutes. And so you can stay someplace that's great and
Hmm.
overlook the beautiful Mediterranean. But travel into Monte Carlo, enjoy the Grand Prix, and then
Yeah.
get the heck
Get
back
back
out of
out.
there.
Get
Yeah.
out of there.
and
Definitely.
and then you end up walking to a Michelin star restaurant that's next door. It's crazy, the types of things that you find there. Um, I one of the most beautiful things that I saw actually was when I was in the Navy,
Hmm.
and I had the opportunity while we were sailing by Bali,
Okay.
and it's a volcanic island. But the really interesting thing was that there's just cloud cover everywhere, and all of a sudden you saw the top of Bali sort of sticking above the clouds. So all of a sudden it's like, well, you have mountains sort of floating in the sky. So
Wow.
it reminded me of Avatar and Pandora or
Sure.
something later
Yeah,
on, but
definitely.
but absolutely gorgeous things that you can find that are in the world. So those are just some of the really prettiest places. Australia is wonderful. The people are great.
Hmm.
Uh, they are very happy with Americans, I guess.
Yeah.
We sort of helped them out back there in World War II, and I think they're still happy about
Still
that.
happy about it all.
But yeah, a lot of great places that I've been.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
So I know we talked about some of the places you've been. All right. Do you still have any bucket list items for travel?
yeah, I do. There's plenty of places I want to go. I mean, there's so many great
Yeah.
opportunities. Really want to go to the Seychelles.
Okay.
So it's beautiful. Haven't been there.
Mhm.
Had actually had plans to go there, and travel got interrupted, so wasn't able to go.
Go.
Um, Unfortunate, but yeah, still want to go there. Want to do a little bit of adventure traveling, I think,
Mhm.
and that sort of stuff. So hopefully in winter here, go down to Antarctica. Go ahead and climb Mount Vinson, which is the highest peak in Antarctica,
Wow.
and then come back out of there and then trek into the South Pole and come back out again. So that's hopefully something we're going to do this next January or the one afterwards. So we want to get that done.
Dad,
Hopefully my knees will,
hang on, huh?
yeah.
That sounds amazing. We're definitely going to have you back on the podcast for that one because I want to hear about that experience and what it's like. But as we're wrapping up here, great stuff on you personally and also on VentureX. But what's the best way for any of our listeners or followers to connect with you or find you or VentureX on online?
Yeah, I mean, it's very easy to go to the venturex.com website. Just look up San Antonio Northwest, or you could see any of the other places that happen to be around the country. Our sister sites are Office Evolution and
Yeah,
Intelligent Office. So that would cover, gosh, like I said, 8 countries right now and a couple hundred
with more
different
to come.
spots. But yeah, we'd love to see you here, obviously, at
Oh yeah.
VentureX Northwest. So that would be great.
Well, definitely, and I can vouch for that. This is our home office too for the hotel guide, and we're very proud to be here as well. I think we've been here since the beginning, so
You have. We
it's been
really loved
fun.
having you here. So
It's been fun. But Jim, I want to thank you for being on the Travel Talk podcast today, and actually being in our podcast studio. Peachtree Rose Marketing has been the staple when it comes to podcasts, and we've been doing. This will be, I think, our 49th episode.
Wow.
and we've all been doing them through here at VentureX and Peachtree Rose Marketing Studio. So really excited about that. But thank you for being on the show today.
My pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
I know we're gonna have you back soon enough. But for all of our guests, for all of our listeners, for all of our readers out there, follow us at thehotelguide.com. We'd love for you to share this and get the word out there, not only about VentureX, but about the Hotel Guide. And as we like to say, always travel, make memories, and have a good time. Until next time, take care.
Thank you.